If this album doesn't come by the end of the year, I think I'm gonna have to make some really big adjustments in my life as a Carti fan. See my fingers? See what's going on here? Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Soul Serum podcast. I'm your they thought I was gay host, Clay Bonine. I'm joined by my I Stand with the Vamps co-host, Tanner Mavis. Oh, God. And we're back. We are back on the Soul Serum podcast. I just want to let the record show we recorded an interview before we recorded this podcast, which will obviously come out the week after this one releases. But we're wearing the same outfits, so don't think that we're outfit repeaters. It was a same day deal. I want that to be very clear to everybody.
Thanks for making that clear. I had that thought before coming here, and I was kind of worried about it.
You're like, should I bring a change of clothes, maybe?
Should I do a clothing change before the next one?
No, I just wanted to get that out there. As always, like I say every week, and I'm going to keep saying every week, like the video, subscribe to us on YouTube, the Soul Serum TV page, the Soul Serum main page. Join the Discord, please. Please. Every week, I'm going to say
We're almost to 200 members. We're at like 189 or something like that.
Yeah. That's a lot of people to have in one.
We're almost to 250, which is our goal before the ball drops in New York. Is the ball even going to drop in New York since it's coronavirus?
I think the ball will drop, but I don't think they're going to have a celebration.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy as fuck. That is tough. Tough is the right word for that. In Soul Serum news, very exciting stuff. Deucey Gold Moonlight video came out this past week on Tuesday. We also did an interview with him on that Monday. Go listen to that if you haven't. That was one of the most fun ones that we've done so far. And the Moonlight video is definitely, I don't know, something to be proud of. I'd say this guy over here behind the camera. We're not going to turn the camera. He's not that important, but it was a great video. Really happy with the turnout. You know.
Yeah. The whole team got involved on set. You know, we got behind the scenes coming out from you soon.
Oh,
your first behind the scenes.
Yeah. I do have a behind the scenes coming.
I feel like that was like the first time we left. Not the first time, but like one of the first time that we left the shoot with Deucey after we got the last cut of Moonlight. We were like, damn, like we were really, really confident about like how that one was going to turn out. Like we were very organized. Chop, going down the list of the treatment.
And so is everybody in Deucey's camp too. Deucey and Guy, everybody. I mean, like they were definitely as invested in it as we were too, which is really, that makes like that interaction so much smoother when both parties are as into it as the other one. It was a great shoot. You know me. Hey, I did get my PA credit. Thanks, John, for that. I was joking about that the whole time on set. I'm glad I got it. In other Soul Serum news, we do have merch coming this month.
Yep.
As long as everything is looking and feeling good, when the pack touches down, we're
waiting on some samples. We're waiting on some samples right now. And if it's the way we want it, we gonna drop.
Yes, absolutely.
We're gonna keep tweaking it until everything is what we want. The quality is what we want.
Mm-hmm. We'll send some Instagram posts out for Christmas. You know,
for sure.
Yeah. Should we decorate the podcast room for Christmas?
Bro. I think we originally planned that, like, get some Christmas lights on our tree back here.
Yeah. I got ornaments. I got a couple ornaments here.
Yeah,
I'll get us some hats.
Yeah.
You probably have one of those UK Christmas hats somewhere.
Actually, I think my mom does somewhere in the bin downstairs.
Yeah.
But we definitely need to get the Christmas hats out once December hits.
For sure. What if we did a podcast where I'm Santa and you're an elf?
That would be fucking fire. We need to do that.
If anybody out there has a Santa and elf costume set, send it our way. And then lastly, we, like I said earlier, we recorded an interview before we recorded this podcast. It's going to be coming out the week after this. And it's a really good interview. Our guest knew, what to say and how to say it, and I really appreciated the conversation we had with him. And so you see these hands rubbing.
Yeah,
you gotta watch
probably,
out for that.
Probably
one
a
next week.
familiar face to people that watch this too.
Yeah, that is definitely true. I think a lot of people in the area, in our immediate area, will probably really like that one.
Mm-hmm.
And now on into the meat and the potatoes of the podcast. The meat. I've said that twice today. I think. What we've been listening to this
There's
week.
other things. There's other dishes on Thanksgiving, bro.
Into the baked mac and cheese
and the sweet potato casserole. How about that?
Ooh, did you have sweet potato casserole at your Thanksgiving?
Did.
Oh boy, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I know that like casseroles are some white people shit. But I really lean into casserole culture.
Come on,
hash brown casserole.
It's a hodgepodge of everything you love in one, bro. And it's not like it. It's just all you need.
It's baked. Yeah. It's in a square for you. Already.
So easy.
Yeah, everybody needs to stop hating. White people deserve a lot of hate, but one thing I think we should get some credit for is casseroles. Casseroles and skateboarding. That's the only two things I can name that white people have done to enrich my life.
Did skateboarding come from white people?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, surfer dudes in California.
Damn. Did not know that.
Yeah. You should.
Who says white people don't have culture?
It's just skateboarding and blue Powerade, and that's it. Anywho, to get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast, we want to talk about a little bit of music that we've been listening to this past week that's come out. A lot of things have come out in the past, however long it's been since we've recorded the last episode. So we're gonna do some quick hitters on this. One that we are contractually obligated to speak about, as we have Future on this wall and Lil Uzi on that wall. The Pluto X Baby Pluto album. I mean, God damn it, they did it again. They did it again.
Yeah, I don't have like a whole lot to say about the album because I listened to it all the way through once, and then like I kind of liked like 3 of the songs.
Pick and choose.
Like Marnie on Me and She Never Been to Pluto.
Yeah.
There's another one that I really like but I need to go through the album like again. But off rip, like the beats selection, obviously they're gonna choose the craziest beats. The chemistry between Future and Uzi is
beats that honestly I can only see them rapping on for a lot of it. I think one of the most important things about that project is that they didn't try to reinvent the wheel. They weren't trying to make some new crazy sound, some new genre.
Yeah,
they're
giving you exactly what you want.
They both got in their bag.
Oh yeah,
and gave us a lot of tracks.
They're spitting
that are fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, they are spitting, dude. People really underestimate Uzi's ability and also really Future's ability to rap.
Bro, Future has written like gospel scriptures in certain songs, bro.
I mean, I'm not saying that Future is the end all be all most lyrical rapper of all time, but I think people really don't respect his bars and wordplay in some of his songs.
Bro, I think I've said it on the podcast before. I think it was the last one. Future is in the top 10 as far as Hot 100 hits of all time. He's in the top 10. I feel like people don't really know that aspect, which they should. Like if you're gonna hype up J. Cole, he went double platinum with no features. It's like, all right, well you better hype up Future for being in the same name as Drake, the Beatles, Michael Jackson. Like he's up there as far as hits.
So yeah, overall, Pluto X Baby Pluto, exactly what I wanted, exactly what I needed. One album also that I wanted to talk about that I think this is more of a me thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thing was the new 2 Chainz album, So Help Me God. I've just been a huge 2 Chainz fan ever since I heard him on like the True Religion mixtape where he's like at the urinal pissing with like True Religions on. I never really knew him as Titty Boy. I always knew him as 2 Chainz, but I've listened to like pretty much every project he's dropped for since I was like in early high school, like 2012, 2013 ish. And he is a guy who I think has like, you go back and listen. Like, he has grown with every project that he's released. And to see him do everything so gracefully and become this mega superstar so gracefully when he started so dirty and grimy, like it's really awesome to see. And I think this album, I just heard my speaker disconnect. I think this album, you really see like maturity of 2 Chainz. Yeah. There's a lot of, not that this necessarily matters or anything, but I think that this album has a lot of substance to it. It came out the same day as Pluto X Baby Pluto. So when I listened to the Future Lil Uzi album before the 2 Chainz album. And that was one of the biggest standouts to me. Is I was like you know how much I love Uzi and Future, but the 2 Chainz album felt like there was a little bit more to grasp onto, maybe a little bit more kind of like longevity in it. And I just think he knocked it out of the park again. It's Tony, baby.
Yeah, the video that he put out too of him and like, did you watch the video of, I forget what it was.
Is it him and Ty Dolla Sign?
It was like some old school like 70s.
Yeah, dude, I'm so glad you brought that up. I have wanted that Hall & Oates song sampled for as long as I've known about that song, and none other than the most interesting man in the world himself, 2 Chainz, did it.
He brought a goofier side out of him, more charismatic, fun, something the kids can really like latch on to.
2 Chainz is fun. He's playful. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Like his show Most Expensive as Shit is just like, he only got that show because he's very interesting and charismatic, and it's and I'm glad to see him translate that in his music.
I think a hot take could be 2 Chainz, the hardest feature rapper of the early 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s. You see featuring 2 Chainz on any song, you know that shit is about to smack.
That's not going to be my hot take this week, because I'm going to come back for the next podcast and I'm going to have evidence. I'm going to do a deep dive. I'm going to give you a 3.5.
We need to do that, bro. When we have our hot take, we need to have like bullet points.
Yeah. That's why I did.
And have like specific pillars of why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
We need to dive a little deeper in the hot takes.
Yeah. Okay. But that's going to be my hot take for next week.
Bet.
All right. That may or may not end up in the podcast. I don't know if I'm going to edit that out or not. We'll see. We'll see.
Up to you.
So all in all, I just wanted to, say if nobody listened to the 2 Chainz album, I mean, I'm not saying you have to listen to it, but it's worth your while. Yeah. And I just love 2 Chainz.
Yeah,
he's
same.
Great. And now on to what could be the most earth-shattering news to touch the Soul Serum podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back, Mr. Playboi Carti.
Sir Cartier.
Back on Instagram, back on Twitter, dropping snippets. I mean, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside.
Yeah, I think John tweeted it. It feels like 2016 again. Like, Uzi's dropping snippets that sound like the SoundCloud-esque era of Uzi.
Yeah.
And then you have Carti dropping crazy snippets saying he turned in his album and like just tweeting and yesterday or a couple of days ago he tweeted like he just said hey and tagged Pharrell, and he said hey and tagged Post Malone. He said hey and I think he tagged Kanye or something. So it's like, okay, are those all features that are on the project?
Oh my god.
Pharrell and Carti, bro. That might be crazy.
He's on the Solange album. The song that Playboi Carti is on is actually co-produced by Pharrell.
Oh, so for real?
Like,
that might.
So they, they've been working.
Talking. They've been working.
Holy fuck, man! You know what? I need to reel myself in real quick.
Let's hear it.
I can't get too excited.
Yeah.
I have talked a lot of shit about Carti dropping his music, and I don't want to get burnt.
It's so
again.
funny because I literally said to the last podcast that Whole Lotta Red's going to be a lot better than we think, and the next week, the hype is real. We're going to see.
Let's listen to a snippet real quick.
All
let's. Right. I thought I would get.
My face, yeah. I'm serving that bass. I'm serving the bass. I'm serving that bass. I'm serving the bass. I'm serving the bass. I got me some dice. They thought I was gay. Beat. Maybe they put that side.
Bro,
Wherever I lean.
I saw
Mercury, put that side.
somebody
Wherever I
like
lean.
quote
Okay.
tweeted that same exact video, and it was like a meme account or whatever, probably a Carti stan account, and said like in quotes, Carti really said they thought I was gay. ... Album of the year. Like
Straight up.
like come on, bro.
That snippet is hard as fuck.
Bro, that beat sounds like the world is ending.
Yeah, man. The beats on all of the snippets that he's dropped, like on Instagram and live recently.
He said on in his GQ interview that the album Whole Lot of Red sounds alternative as fuck and psyched out. And I'm like, okay.
Let's go.
That's what I
Carti.
want. Like a very like absurd alternative, like just like shit that as far as sonically, he's already pushed a lot of barriers, especially on Die Lit. He pushed a lot of barriers sonically that you can. He broke the constructs of what a trap project's supposed to sound like, and it sounds like he's doing it again.
Yeah. He's really leaning into his and especially with like all the pictures that he's posted recently too on his Instagram. It's like this very art house, experimental, like dungeon, grungy, just like I want this to sound dirty. I want it to sound electronic, industrial, if you will.
There's a bright red light shining from that dungeon.
I can feel Carti's aura among us.
Bro.
Yeah, man. If this album doesn't come by the end of the year, I think I'm gonna have to make some really big adjustments in my life as a Carti fan because now I'm so hyped. I can feel the excitement building in me, and if I get burned again by Carti, I'm going to be so angry.
Bro,
I might cry
dropping
on the podcast, man. I don't know.
Dropping. There was like
album turned in. Slap.
There's also like footage or something or video of him like shooting a music video like to one of the songs or something. So like the album's turned in. He's getting the first video for it done. I think we could see it. It's gonna come in December. It has to, bro.
I hope so. That's all I'm gonna say at this point. Let's shift. Let's take our next step in the podcast here, and let's go to the Discord for some questions. We've got two that we want to talk about today. First one is coming from our boy Seth Cooper. Shout out
Seth.
Shout out EMB.
One of the most engaged guys in the Discord, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Always chiming
100%.
in, giving his opinions, ideas, and we would love to see that out of you. If you want to come join.
Seth asked, what's one thing you wish you could go back and tell yourself at the start of Soul Serum? Which this is definitely more of a question for you than it is for me, obviously. I honestly feel like I haven't really been a part of this or done the podcast for long enough now to go back and tell myself something. I haven't had enough material to reflect on yet.
One thing I could tell myself, man. I could tell myself a million things back when I first started Soul Serum, bro. I think the main thing is like to just tune out the noise, like external noise. Like when I first started, it was a lot of chatter, good within my clique, within my people, with so many ideas, What do we want? Like we knew we wanted to do something, but we just didn't know exactly like what we wanted to do, how we were going to do it. Like we had so much ideas and shit floating around with like 9-10 people in a basement, just like tossing things out. And, a lot of people, wanted to do something, and it was really cool. But also like on the outside, I really like launched Soul Serum. I put myself out there, put ourselves out there, the whole brand. And there was really like I had a general direction of what I wanted to do. Like I knew personally, like you all know, I wanted to throw shows. But like as far as like content and like what we're doing now with like we're putting out video content like every week. We have our brand down. It's like very solid. I guess one thing I would just go back to the start of Soul Serum and like really do again if I could. I'm grateful for everything. Everything worked out up to this point the way it was supposed to. But
naturally,
if you are watching this and you want to do something similar and you want to learn something that I feel like I should have done at the beginning is like really, really, really know exactly what you personally like want to do, whether it's you want to be a videographer like John and you want to make videos and content for people. If you want to be like me, you want to be like, like an artist manager, A&R, talent scout, I manage everything pretty much, as far as what Soul Serum's doing. But if I had to do it again, like before I even launch and put the name of Soul Serum out there, I would write down like what pillars of content are we doing. Like I feel like when I started, it was just like so many ideas going around, and we didn't really like hit on like 2 or 3 main things we want to do. Like now it's music videos, podcasts, clothes. Like that's our main 3, and then like extra content around it. Like that's our 3 things right now. Like back then it was like I was doing like reaction videos on YouTube. I was doing, trying to throw shows. Like John just got into Soul Serum. We didn't really do any music videos until like late 2018, and we launched it in fucking January. So we went about like 7-8 months without really doing anything, just like talking about what we were gonna do. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the one thing I would do is like when you launch, have like the first 4 or 5 things that you're gonna roll out and do to back up what you're talking about doing. Yeah. I was just doing a lot of like just trying to get my brand in people's ears, especially locally when,
nobody will listen.
Yeah, nobody's gonna listen unless you have something to back it up, Right. So, and like again, that goes back to my first point, like tune out the noise. Like it really don't matter what other people are thinking about what you're doing. It only matters what you think and what you feel you need to do and what you want to do, because at the end of the day, it's our vision, it's our brand, and nobody else can really see what you see. So have a plan. Really, that's all it is. Like have a solid fucking plan and execute the fuck out of it. And that's what we've been doing recently. And I think that like when I started Soul Serum, this is what like the formula that we've done with the podcasting every week, 2 music videos a month, like that. If I would have had this plan when we first started, I feel like we would be like miles like ahead of where we are now. But I'm grateful for the preparation and the process. Yeah. And I figured it out slowly.
I mean, the main thing though is like, how would you have ever known?
Yeah, exactly.
How would you have ever known? Yeah, well, I guess that's the point of this question though, is if you could have known.
Exactly.
Going back and saying that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things, man. Like I think that's the basis of it.
I totally agree with that though, because when I was trying to do the podcast on my own, like in the summer of 2019, I just didn't have anything like prepared really. I had like a loose concept and like a loose list of people to talk to, but I just like didn't have a vision for it or like a cover art, honestly. And I was like tentative on the name. Like I didn't even have like the solid like parts that you need to make something out. Yeah. But at that time, how the fuck was I supposed to know? I hadn't done this yet. So.
I think the last thing that I want to hit on is I think early on, especially like the first year and a half, like 2 years, I let what people think and say about me like really, really affect me. I still do, but like I listen and then I don't let my brain register it. I just like it goes in one ear out the other, and I just kind of just like laugh at it, Yeah. But like I was a very I take what people have to say to heart, probably too much early on, and it fucked up like my mental like really bad, brought me to a bad place sometimes like mentally. But any creative goes through those lows to get to where you need to go. So again, tune out all external noise, whatever anybody's saying about you. And especially like working with artists, it's hard to like really balance and deal with like a bunch of personalities at once. It's a lot of like people skills and relationship skills that are very, very important. Like I think that is the biggest thing that I want to say to anyone is relationships are the pinnacle of anything you want to fucking do. Yep. Like do not burn any bridges, treat everybody with respect, and even if and be genuine with everyone. And even if they do you wrong, like don't let it get to you. Like
Yeah.
Really just be yourself. Don't take things to heart. Like, you are going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're going to make it through. Like,
that's a really good hint at what we talked about for the interview coming out next week. Being authentic. That's how we started and ended it. Moving on. Let's stay in the Discord, but let's go to a different server. We're in the hot takes section now. And one thing that we wanted to talk about, we saved this hot take was from a couple weeks ago, but we saved it because we just didn't have like a really good moment to talk about it, but now we do. This comes from our boy, the Hurricane, also a very active Discord member. We appreciate your participation, sir. You can obviously read his whole question here with the screenshot. I'm just going to read off the first little bit of it. In the future, we might not see genres like we do now. People like Gene Dawson and Oliver Tree prove you don't need to conform to one genre and have your career blow up. And then he gives some more evidence. I think that is something that we've seen more and more and more of in these past 3 to 5 years, I would say. And I think, that I think lends itself a lot to the age of the internet and the age of information and technology, with how easy it is to make something that sounds like a different genre, but with a MacBook. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why hip hop is so big right now, is just like ease of access, really. Yeah. And I think that's starting to bleed over. People are like, okay, we've made enough trap beats. How can I make this sound different? And people are also picking up on that, like, oh, I remember when I was a kid in middle school, that Panic at the Disco song or that Fall Out Boy song or something like that. And they take the little elements that they like from that and sprinkle it in. And it's hard for people to grasp that, I think, because humans like to categorize things.
Exactly.
Like this has to be rap, this has to be rock, but it can really be everything.
Yeah, though. It's just humans' way of like familiarizing something and registering something.
Yeah, those who have a more sophisticated understanding know that, like, yeah, this is bedroom pop or whatever, but it really could be something completely different. But you have to give it a title sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I think like everything's been done. You know, as far as like genre in a traditional or whatever, way. Like everything's been done. So like now, to really stand out, like you gotta be really creative, especially sonically. Like do something different. Like the best artists, I think, of recent memory that have made a significant impact. They combined several genres into one. Different sounds.
Let's not say any names. We've talked about it too much.
We're not going down that. But you know, I think the future, especially, you know, the 2020s, especially a lot of the music that I've been listening to like recently in the underground, it's a hodgepodge of a bunch of different, genres and sounds. And I agree with you. The Hurricane, artists like Gene Dawson, Oliver Tree, these up and coming guys that are really bending these genres. They prove to you that you can, if you make your style something that's unpredictable, every song is different. People are going to latch on to you. I think like versatility is something that people really want, and that's what's going to ultimately bring you longevity.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, my final point on it is for me personally, I think I find it hard sometimes to like step into listening to something that is quote unquote experimental or genre blending, because sometimes it works out really well and sometimes it doesn't. It's a reach. But it's something that I'm kind of learning to
navigate.
Yeah, because like on that Gene Dawson on Pixel Bath, there's like a song or two on there. I remember when I listened to the album where I was like, if this was the first song I heard by Gene Dawson, I would not be listening to this album.
Yeah.
But you put me onto the right song, but that allows me to unlock and open up my mind a little bit and accept the other songs in it too. So that's kind of the flip side of this, you know?
So I agree with you, Hurricane. 2020 is going to be full of
something different
shit, man.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
And now for the most TikTok friendly part of the show,
Yes, sir.
we're getting into some hot takes. Maybe I'll put a sizzling noise under this.
You need to have like flames come up on the edit. Hot, bro. We need to do shit like iCarly, like random dancing, and like now it's time for hot
Hey,
takes.
you're looking at my graphics guy right there. That's who we got to talk to. Tanner, start with your hot take this week.
I got a good one, I think, at least. All right, my hot take is drum roll, please. I think that no one will make better drill music than Pop Smoke did. The genre has been, it's hot right now. Everybody's trying to make that that New York, London type of drill music, but I don't know if it can go farther than what Pop Smoke has pushed it, especially after. Well, I won't say the whole. What was the last album he just dropped? To the Moon and the Stars, or whatever.
Aim for the moon. Aim for the moon. Shoot for the stars.
Yeah, that's like the second most streamed album of the year, or something like that. And granted, he was already starting to go into a different direction, like more R&B. But his version of R&B.
That album though was what like put that side on display.
My God.
Totally.
Like I remember
there's like 5 or 6 R&B cuts. When I first listened to it, I was like, I don't really know if I like this.
Yeah.
Like this. Like I'm here for like Pop Smoke, like
Meet the
drive-by music type shit.
You want like Meet the Woo 3.
Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know. I thought it was weird at first, but but the thing is, to your point though, like sure, Pop Smoke was taking a step out of what he had been doing, but he still sounded like a drill artist though. You know what I'm saying?
I think he understood that.
He got the fatty.
I think he understood that he did not want to be in the box of a drill artist. He wanted to transcend that and become the Pop Smoke pop star, essentially. In the way that other rappers have done. Yeah, and I don't know. I think his charisma, his energy, and his voice, his message. I just don't think that it can be pushed a whole lot farther than what he's done in the drill realm. Now, just like he did with quote unquote drill sound, he evolved it into his own kind of. You can trace the drill shit back to like Chief Keef and like Chicago and stuff. And a lot of people
talking about that New York drill, that London inspired.
So I mean, I'm not here to say that it won't be twisted into a genre bending type thing and be. I've heard some really good like R&B singing type shit over drill music. I mean, as of recent, but
like no offense, but like how much more can 5Yo Foreign do with his music?
Yeah,
I don't.
And the thing,
and
I love
hating,
Fabio.
But like,
I love Fabio, but he is like. It sucks because he was like he was Pop Smoke's right hand man,
right,
and he's passed away, and people are obviously they're
looking to 5Yo Foreign to
carry that torch, and it's a hard torch to carry.
Yeah, that's no 5Yo Foreign hate because I've given him plenty of streams, but it's just like I still
I hope Fabio like finds his version of what Pop Smoke did with this past album. I
hope so too.
That's my hot take. More of a hot fact, in my opinion.
All right, John, I need a new graphic. I need a hot facts graphic now. My hot take, I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I have nothing written down. I was trying to like figure it out before the episode and I couldn't force it upon myself. And I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to freestyle it when we get here. And now I'm here. And
what we got?
I'm gonna just say it. I don't know if this is good. I'm speaking. This is all stream of consciousness.
Off the dome.
I think Lil Yachty will last a lot longer in rap music than everybody thinks he will.
Okay.
I think he already has.
Yeah.
But I think he is going to be a long-lasting name, not just necessarily with his music, but everything else that comes with Lil Yachty.
Yeah, I think
he's a fantastic A&R first and foremost. I mean, he was on the whole Detroit, Michigan, Flint thing way before anybody else really was. He's still very tapped in with the underground and the youth. I mean, he's my age, or
he calls himself the king of the youth. Like,
yeah, he's the king of the youth, and the fact that he already knows like the power that the youth has because he is the youth, and is like when he came out, the fucking power he had. He had like the rap industry by the balls.
Oh yeah.
I just think that he has proven that he knows there's more to this music shit than just the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's finding people out, adapting to change, being able to evolve. I mean, he just dropped Lil Boat 3.5, the deluxe version of Lil Boat 3. And I mean, he didn't, I hate to use this term again, but he didn't reinvent the wheel, but he definitely is rapping differently than he was on his last couple of projects. Yeah. And that evolution just shows me that he can keep doing this for a while, you know?
I would agree to an extent. I think album sales won't necessarily back up your hot take.
That's definitely true.
But I do agree he has an ear for this shit. I see him, you know, lasting a while. He has a loyal fan base. Like everybody...
Yeah.
People are in love with the personality of Lil Yachty just as much as they are in love with the music. So
yeah,
I think he will last a while, and his branding has been on point for a while.
Oh yeah. Oh, his self-awareness and his image that he puts out is incredible.
Yeah.
But it's because like there's something ultimately so relatable about Lil Yachty that attracts so many people to him. Like Lil Yachty deadass like is on his phone, like on like looking at the same memes that we are, looking at the same TikToks that we are, and everything. Like he's not very far removed from the fans who are moving the culture ultimately. And I also just want to say this for the record. This is a personal thing. Lil Yachty is one of the only artists that I can truly say I found before he blew up. Like, or that I was put on to, I guess, before he blew up.
One night?
It was, no. So, one night kind of was having, like, that moment on Twitter.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the video, but I didn't really pay much attention to the song. But my homie, Eli Epperson, shout out Eli. You're probably not watching this, but if you are, shout out to you. I was, like, over in his basement, hanging with my girlfriend at the time, and him, and he like was playing like the Lil Boat mixtape, or no, not the Lil Boat mixtape. He was playing one of the SoundCloud tapes, and I remember being like, "And this shit's kind of hard, bro. Yeah. What is this?" Da da da. And he like showed me, and then I heard Minnesota, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is incredible!" Like that Minnesota, like that is somewhere up there on my most played songs probably in my life, dude. But it was literally 5 days before the Lil Boat mixtape dropped. Yeah. And then the nuclear explosion happened with Yachty. And that was one of the only times where I felt like I was like,
I told y'all.
Y'all didn't even know about Yachty, bro. I did. I knew about Yachty. Where were y'all 5 days ago, cuz? Where were y'all at? I was so mad because it was like a meteoric rise. Like Yachty was instantly hyper famous, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, it was over. It seemed like it was. It seemed like it was overnight, but it really wasn't.
No, not at all. And also, final point on this. Yachty came back from Teenage Emotions. That album,
you didn't like it?
No. Terrible album.
I kind of fuck with it.
Dude, there's a lot of bad songs. There's 22 songs or something crazy like that, which I hate, as I've mentioned on this show before. But, dude, there was a lot of bad songs on Teenage Emotions too, man. So the fact that he has come back and recovered from that shows me a lot, honestly.
I gotta go back to that album real quick.
Yeah, take a look, please.
What we got here? Harley, that song was fire. Say My Name, I love that song. Oh, I played All Around Me with YG and is it Kamaya? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm not very big on that album. I thought it was actually terrible.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's just like your opinion, man. Well, I think we've reached the end of our journey this week.
We have.
I think we've got here. If you've made it this far and you're still listening, comment Clay stands with the Vamps. Or no, wait, no,
don't do that.
Comment they thought Clay was gay. Please comment that. If you're listening on Spotify, stop right now, go to YouTube, comment they thought Clay was gay. Man, we're almost at the end of 2020.
Yeah,
we're getting really close.
This is episode 11.
Episode 11. We'll have 16 episodes out by the end of the year in total.
It's becoming like clockwork.
It's yeah, man. I know. Hey, hey, whoever puts these edits out, they're doing a great job. Also, it's 420. And with that being said, my name, as always, your host, is Clay Bonine.
I'm your co-host, Tanner Mavis.
And we are out. And the main camera just died, and John's fixing it right now. But the mics still work, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, camera's back on? All right, we out. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
See ya.
You.